Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Mighty Ones. Good to be here with you. Wore out to death. But through the adversity comes opportunity. And so we are just in this big push of perseverance, consistency. Is so fundamental. You know, we can come up with all these excuses. We can, do this and do that. What if we use those opportunities and those challenges to inspire us and to activate us into action? Here's an example. So today, just kilt. I mean, my mind is gone. Like I just have to work 1,000 times way too hard, and it just stretches me beyond my everyday capacities. And then I have to go out in public after that, and everybody that I look at, it's like their flames in their eyes are gone, and all they have is fear and sorrow. And it can either bum you out into inaction, or it can inspire you into action. And I want to take an exercise where we let things discourage us and slow us down. Well, I want to flip it and reverse it and use those things that come against us to inspire us to work harder. And it's not so much like the work is not that's like a different vibe. It's not working harder. It's proper upkeep for our temple. And whatever we got to do, we got to do it. All this is getting me right so that I can physically deal with this and defrag, so that I can go to my precious time, and I do my underwater meditation, which we're working our way up to where I can actually get in front of God and kind of have the sense that I'm able to do something about the travesties of the world. And I know this doesn't seem like your typical exercise program, because it's not. There's never anything orthodox or typical about anything I do. My big thing is I want you to have that spirit, mind, and body alignment, which opens you up to divine connection and bliss. That's where you find your purpose and passion, from that clarity, instead of trying to find your purpose and passion in all these sermons and all these different things and all these different answers. Once you have it in alignment, that's when you can hear the answers. And yes, there are little things along the way that help bring you into that. God does lead us, and we need to start getting back into that. So, just dealing with the weight of the world and just tilling strangers' fields and practicing and working on that servant's heart, and to be men and women after God's own heart. There is nothing higher. There's no mastery. There is no enlightenment. There is no higherness And so that is why this is mastery for beginners and basics of mastery, because this is the firm foundation. So I just want to get into it. I don't really want to teach. I don't really want to say a bunch of stuff. I just want to do me and get mine in. And then that example and that long suffering and that fortitude, that's the things that I want to present to you so that you can apply those into your life. So just, like we do, stretching, a quick minute, a little stretch, and that's it temporarily as we're building into this series. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's just maybe go through the 4 poses again. 4 poses is more than that, but I like to keep it simple. And like I said, we just kind of give you the simplistics of it, and then we can dive deeper once you know that. So the first one is feet together, and then there's 2 parts depending on your level and what you're seeking. There's 2 parts to every pose: eyes open for beginners and eyes closed for those further along. So we'll just do a minute of this, and what I'm doing is I'm rooting and furthering my energetic reverberation, and I'm letting the energy flow through me and out of me. I'm emptying my cup, and then I'm filling it up with God and love in, which pushes everything that isn't love out, and it pushes it out. That's why it's so transformational. Just like it's like you're not even doing anything. Well, that's the difference between being blind and enlightened. Main thing is just rooting and expanding your roots to the depths of anything, and then your branches can reach to the heights of everything and anything. Right. And then the second one is shoulder width apart. And then on this one, this is where we do a lot of the work. This is where a lot of the energy is you're a little bit more comfortable. You're not so wobbly. And so this is more of a power move to where you're just building your core. And so what I do when I do this is I'm running through these energy doors, and it's like pulverizing the darkness that is within me, and it's like being cut like a cheese grater. And so this is part of clear your mind, and you can hear from the divine moving into the clearing of the mind and purifying the spirit, mind, and body so that you can go boldly before the throne. Okay, so we'll do that for about a minute. And we're just running through those energy doors, and we're just purifying, just removing everything that is not supposed to be within us or around us. Okay. And now the third, we move out into a nice, strong horse stance. And this is where we're flying. We get through those energy doors, and we're just interdimensionally traveling up. And this is where you'll get to the point where you'll hit the floor of heaven, and then you'll see, and it's different for everybody, but there will be a moment to where you can't go any higher, and then that's where you meet your higher self and you integrate. When I saw this doorknob, and as I opened it, it was opening, and then all of a sudden this big hand came and lifted me up, and then that's when I met my higher self. And so in this pose, this is where we are doing the alignment. We are in heaven, and we are making our way into the throne room. And just constantly on our mind is forgiveness, gratitude, and praise. And then final, this is what we call the supra pose. And so it's like a mixture of all of them. And then this is just where the most like energy happens and is focused on. I can just immediately feel it right here, just immediately. And it's just like all just super blotchy. You see that? Just super blotchy, just so much energy, just instantly. I'll typically just go straight to the super pose sometimes and then just blast off. This is like the Iron Man pose. And this is just where you do so much of the work. There's so much energy flowing that it's challenging to stand like this. I can feel like it's just so much. Like, look at that. It's just so much energy because of this has been practiced. So now, like we'll just get some of this stretching. We got the core down. Okay. Feeling better. Feeling better already. A little tight. Sitting there all day wears me out. Just simple, you know. If there's anything that you like, or you know, incorporate this. This is just what would be that word? This is just a template. Yeah, this is just a template for you. And so as we go, we can do this together because we'll have a common template. Okay? There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're ready to rock and roll. And you know, like I said, I'm just going to do not a whole lot of this or that. I'm just going to do, like we've went through the basics. So I'm just going to kind of go with a mixture of all of them. Next sesh we might go into some combos, or we may just switch everything up and go to the basketball court, or you know, so some other form of this same type. Okay? Okay. So, and go. About time for a new one, ain't it? Gonna beat this one to death.
So, a little longer than a minute. Working our way up. Get you some good breaths. All right. So, there's a nice cool down. There we go. See? Cool down. Quicker and quicker. Not so tired. Went longer. Did more. So, already feeling better again, even more so now that my body is more tired, and it's not just the mental realm. I've kind of evened it up a little bit, and now I'm going to the spirit realm so that I can go boldly before the throne and spend some time with the Heavenly Father, so that I can come back and pass that along, that love, that closeness. So that's what all of this is always leading up to. Because when your body is stronger and better, so is your mind, vice versa, which opens you up more. And instead of having a little straw sucking in all this goodness, it's like an open funnel, like an open tornado just pouring in. That's the difference. That's the difference. So, we had a little bit of making up to do because of the inconsistency, but we're here. That's what matters, consistency. So we made up. We're back on track. That's how easy it is to get in alignment and to stay there. And tomorrow, we'll see you again. I'll be led to see what we're going to do. Try and keep it exciting and as relevant for you as possible. I mean, I could just do all this by myself. I don't need you. I choose to do this because I love you, and I want to bless you, and I want to be a blessing in your life, and I want to be a reminder of those things that are actually important, those things that are higher than this world. And when you can understand that, it helps you be able to live here more peaceably, no matter what's going on. Much love. Many blessings. And namaste. See you tomorrow. And you know, get exciting. Who knows what we'll do. I'm waiting to hear from God, and then we'll go from there as soon as I do. That's part of the fun. That's part of the fervor and the dedication, the excitement and the adventure. What is our Creator going to do next? Where is our next adventure? Versus, oh, what's going to happen now? Oh, what am I going to have to go through now? oh, all this is just teasing me so that it can be even more painful. It's not going to be like that. We're going to push through that part. And we're going to fly. See you tomorrow. Much love.